Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome to a new episode of Injury Motivation. It's episode number 48. My name is Yusuf. I'm your mental performance coach. I study sports psychology, and I think that is something pretty useful if you're currently injured. Because in my last episode, I talked a bunch of stuff why sports psychology is important during an injury, and because most of it it's mental. And in today's episode, I want to talk about how to stay connected to your sport while you're injured. Yeah, connected with your sport while being sidelined. It's an important topic because you can't be disconnecting while you're injured, and that's what happens a lot of the time. When you suffer an injury, you the biggest problem is that you're away from your sport, and that's the most painful thing. That's what's hurting you the most. And mm, So as long while you stay involved, it's like really like the number one thing that's gonna make you better while you're injured, while you're being sidelined. Because think about it, like anytime I was injured, like I would still show up to practice and I would watch from the side. The good thing about watching from the outside as being inside and being in action, you get to see it from an outside perspective. Now you get to watch your teammates. So usually, like if you train, if you practice your sport, then you're in the middle of the action. You can't observe what your training partners are doing. So while you're outside, you can like observe and analyze all their movements, which you can acquire for yourself or figure out how to beat them in that specific situation. So that is a pretty cool thing about it. Like, and the more you do it, the more you do it, and actively think about like how you can get better in that situation, or how you can counter something, how you can attack something, and find a solution to it and make it go through your mind. That's really when the improvements are happening. That's where you're gonna get like those are the moments where you're really gonna get better in sports. So what you can do is like you just show up and watch. That's cool. Go talk to coach. Your coach is probably gonna like also point out things to you that you didn't see. Go ask questions and then like help your teammates and encourage them because you're still part of the team and you need to make sure like your team is still on top because or just because you're not there anymore doesn't mean they shouldn't get better. They have to, so you can get better as well. You need a good team. Um you can stick around. Yeah, like you need a good team for you, so you can get better. Like, and you guys don't lose. It's obvious. Yeah, it's actually not that complicated. Just stay involved. Um, just observe your competition and help in practices. Be an assistant coach. Coach them. Show them like, hey, you can do this and this. Because when you coach, you're breaking down specific moves and skills in a way where you never actively think about it. You just do it physically, but sometimes you're not even aware what you're doing because it just happens. But if you break it down and think about it step by step, that's where the magic happens, my friend. And there's a great thing about that. Like level one of knowing something is like you know about it. Level two is like you can do it. And level three is you can teach it to others. And when you teach it to others, trust me, you got pretty good at it. You are closer to mastering it than somebody who can just do it without explaining. a purpose of specific movements. So that's the thing. Like in my opinion, like that's the most obvious one. You go to practice, you go watch, you observe, you analyze, and you break things down, and you come up with different solutions. And when you do that, and then you go home, you're still actively involved in the sport. And when you're actively involved in that sport, man, you're gonna get better. And yeah, that's the most important. That's the most obvious reason for me. All right, guys, it's been 5 minutes, 5:30. Like growing this YouTube channel is a pain in the ass, like probably like an injury. Unfortunately, I want to reach all of you, but I don't. So let's see how how these things are going, and then yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's hope like we grow an audience and I can help many of you guys. Bye.